everyone? My name is Ryan Garcia from Fireside Yankees. We are live to discuss the Yankees' victory over the Atlanta Braves. Elmer Rodriguez got the start today. He picked up a win. Spencer Jones picked up a towering home run. The Yankees had some offense early in this contest against former New York Yankee Carlos Carrasco. We'll discuss all of that and more right here on Fireside Yankees. We really appreciate your support here on the Fireside Yankees YouTube channel. All the support you guys have given us, all the love, it does not go unnoticed. We'll have some more content coming out in the next coming days. We have a Bronx Beat episode that'll be recorded tomorrow, and we've got some fun stuff going on. So we really do appreciate you guys being here and showing some love to this page. And yeah, I'm really excited to get into things. We'll talk some Elmer Rodriguez. For those in chat, say what's up, and we'll give you a quick shout out here before we get into the analysis portion of this podcast or this live stream. If you're watching this after we've gone live and you go, Ryan, how can I catch you live? Well, we go live about 10 to 15 minutes after the game ends. We go live for about 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes a little bit longer if the situation calls for it. Last night was a good situation where that was the case. So yeah, I'm really excited for things to, I think there's a lot for us to get into here. We're excited to talk about Elmer, excited to talk about some of the other stuff here. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into today's video. We've got King Bam 33 here. Really appreciate you stopping by. And let's start by talking about Elmer Rodriguez, who was pretty sharp today. Elmer delivered 3 innings of 2 earned run baseball, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, 2 hits against the Atlanta Braves. I thought his stuff looked pretty solid today. Now, Elmer Rodriguez's pitch mix, which is detailed on the right here, is something that I think will get underrated by stuff models, but the fact that he throws so many pitches with so many different pitch movements and the way he can cover the entire pitch plot and the fact that he commands all these pitches pretty well, I think will allow him to overperform his stuff plus numbers and those stuff projections. The kind of guy who is a ground ball machine. Don't really look at him as somebody who is going to be a big strikeout guy, like a 28, 29% strikeout rate guy, but I do view him as somebody who can be a plus starting pitcher in this league. He kept the ball on the ground a ton in this contest. He picked up a healthy amount of swings and misses. It wasn't an elite swing and miss rate, but it was pretty solid. And he got some called strikes as well, was aggressive attacking the zone. Here's some of the underlying metrics from that start. Elmer Rodriguez had a 28% whiff rate, had 8 called strikes. He used all of his pitches a lot. He did not throw a single pitch more than 26% of the time on StatCast on our model here, which we grade out there. We I guess track usage a little bit differently. Our pitch plot here had a pitch usage of 35.8% on the sinker, so a little bit more than what StatCast tracked, but StatCast missed some of his sinkers and counted them as 4-seamers. Some of the other important notes here, in zone 42% of the time, first pitch strike rate 42% of the time as well. And for his ground ball rate, Elmer, which we can define by using launch angle, Elmer only allowed 2 batted balls that were not ground balls. Everything else was a ground ball. So 5 out of 7 batted balls as grounders is pretty impressive. That would be a 71% ground ball rate, his second consecutive start with a ground ball rate of at least 70%. So I did like what we saw. Some of the strikeouts here on screen. There were some really, really quality pitches here. You see the 4-seamer upstairs gets a swing and a miss from Ben Gamble, then went downstairs with a fastball that he got a swing and miss on against Kiersey Jr., both guys with some MLB experience. Luke Williams gets him on the sweeper here. Luke Williams has some MLB experience as well, and then picked up his final strikeout against Wisely on a nice split changeup. He did give up some runs. I thought the contact he allowed today was on soft contact on the ground, or not soft contact, excuse me, but mostly inconsequential contact, the kind of batted balls that you can't really blame a guy for giving up. Negative launch angle batted balls usually end up being outs. They weren't outs in this situation. Again, I was pretty happy with the way Elmer spun the baseball today. And yeah, that kind of covers it with Elmer Rodriguez. He's having a good camp. This will be his last start before the WBC. He'll pitch in the second game that the team Puerto Rico is going to pitch or play in that tournament. I think he'll be facing Panama, so he'll face Jose Caballero, who's in the lineup today, had an RBI double. Ryan McMahon had an RBI double as well. Jazz Chisholm, a 2-run home run, and Spencer Jones picked up a 2-run home run as well. Spencer Jones was somebody who, I mean, that swing was pretty big time. That was a pretty big time swing. Crushed it 400 plus feet to right field. We got the swing up here. Bam, just an absolute moonshot, kind of gone off contact. There wasn't really a question about whether it would go, but how far. It was tracked at, I think, around 407 feet with an exit velocity of 107 miles per hour. So that's pretty cool there. Nick Bat saying Spencer Jones breaking windshields like it's his hobby. Yeah, I mean, when he hits the ball hard, when he hits the ball, it goes a long way. We've got Baseball Nut here. We've got Sushi. We'll talk about what Sushi said first. The Jones homer was far. Yep, it was a pretty far home run. And then Baseball Nut said, I know it's early, but I love the way they're pitching. They're being effectively aggressive. Go Yanks. Yeah, I think the starting pitchers specifically have looked really sharp. They've got plus stuff up and down the rotation. Really excited by how some of these guys looked. We got Camilo Doval's spring debut. His stuff was not where it was last year velocity-wise, and he gave up a home run, but ultimately he's still working through and getting ramped and ready for the World Baseball Classic. He'll be pitching for Team DR out of the bullpen. Cade Winquist, one of the guys trying to make a appearance in the bullpen for the big league team, trying to make the bullpen out of camp. He pitched for the Yankees. He got off to a bit of a rough start, allowed the first two runners to reach on base hits. Then he picked up a double play and got another out after the fact. Four-seam, curveball, sinker, changeup, sweeper. He had some good stuff. I like the way that his sinker looks. I like the way that his four-seamer looks. And, I think that his stuff is good. It's just a question of whether he can consistently throw his four-seamer and sinker in zone for strikes, whether he can consistently execute breaking pitches, secondary pitches for swings and misses. The swing and miss rate was not really there today. He did not have his sharpest command. Left a couple pitches hanging. Just wasn't his sharpest today, I thought, but the stuff does look pretty good. Still looking for that upper echelon velocity. I feel like there's more velo there usually from Winquist, but that's neither here nor there. Yeri De Los Santos, another bullpen hopeful. He made his spring debut today. Looked like normal, nothing new. Sinker, splitter, that's his mix. And he looked solid. He got some outs. He was pretty normal, right? Like that's Yeri De Los Santos. Angel Javici came into the game, picked up 3 swings and misses on 9 total swings. It's a 33% whiff rate. Changeup, slider, four-seam. A lot of changeup, a lot of slider, very little four-seam, which is a departure from what we're used to seeing from Javici, who happens to be very aggressive with his fastball, but his fastball isn't very good, so it's probably a good thing he isn't aggressive with that pitch. I do wonder if the Yankees can get him to throw more of a two-seam. I'm a little bit curious as to why that hasn't been the case, but I'm sure there's some reason, or the lack of time spent with the organization, things of that nature. Changeup looked good. Slider looked good. His stuff looked good. His stuff is nasty. He gets it up to 98 miles per hour. Stuff is gross. I mean, that's neither here nor there. And then we got Michael Arias, who was on the 40-man roster, I believe, non-tendered, or DFA'd, and then brought back. He stayed in the organization. His stuff is pretty nasty. I mean, his stuff is gross. He just doesn't know where the ball's going sometimes. He had a sinker going for him, averaged 10 inches of induced vertical break, 15 inches of lateral movement, changeup, 2 inches of depth, 17 inches of lateral movement, and the sweeper, big breaking ball, nasty breaking ball, had that like ride, that cut ride action on the sweeper. Closed the game out for the Yankees, picked up a pair of strikeouts in the process. The Yankees, as a whole, pitching-wise today, 3 earned runs. They allowed 1 home run, they walked 1 batter, and they struck out a grand total of 11 batters. So they look pretty good today. This was a bad Braves lineup. They brought out their CD lineup. This was not a good lineup. So I wouldn't take too much stock into the results, but a lot of guys who showed up some pretty impressive stuff. Again, Spencer Jones hit the home run, got the offense, was part of the offense today. Got a big home run from Jazz as well. We talked about that. Goldschmidt hit a home run. I forgot to mention Paul Goldschmidt hit a blast. Paul Goldschmidt, somebody who has had a good spring training. Not going to take too much stock into the results, as we mentioned earlier, right? Like it's not something that I'm too into. But yeah, he's hitting the ball hard. We talked about a stance change, if that's something that he maybe is working on. But yeah, we'll see what ends up happening with Paul Goldschmidt and how he ends up looking throughout the rest of spring training. The Yankees obviously looking at him as their backup first baseman for Ben Rice and somebody who can hit against lefties. Hopefully that remains the case for the Yankees, because they have $4 million invested in him. They have a guaranteed major league spot invested in him, and he was really effective for them. A big reason why they were able to hit left-handed pitching last season. A couple of just around the mill. We'll talk about some quick news. We'll recap it, go to the comment section, then wrap this thing up, because not an action-packed video, not an action-packed game. It was a afternoon game on a Thursday. A lot of people in the office right now, so not a lot of people currently in the ball game, or currently watching the ball game or watching the stream because of timing. So I want this to be a little more palatable for people who aren't watching this live. So I'm not going to go on for an hour. Quick updates. Aaron Boone provided updates on the pitching schedule. Cam Schlittler will throw another live and try and get his first spring training game in on March 6th. That would be against the Tampa Bay Rays. As for Max Fried, he'll either pitch on Monday on the off day, or he'll make his spring training debut against Panama. He is pitching. He's already built up and everything. Question isn't if he is ready for big league games, but if the schedule lines up with his. If Schlittler throws his other live and things go well, he'll be on a 5-day schedule. So there's that. That is the latest on the injury front. The other note I wanted to mention is that the Yankees last night signed Randall Grichuk to a minor league deal with a non-roster invite. If he makes the team, he'll make $2.5 million. I'm sure there's an opt-out in that deal. I would consider him a high probability guy to end up making the New York Yankees 26-man roster coming out of camp, given how hard he hits the ball against lefties, the fact that they don't have a fourth outfielder exactly, and very importantly, the fact that they are pretty interested in improving their offense against left-handed pitching. So we'll go to the comments real quick. We'll wrap this up after that. Jack LVNV saying, "Go Yankees. I love Goldie, a true pro, oozing class." Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy to have around the clubhouse. Hopefully a good mentor to Ben Rice this year, because the Yankees have preached that. Ben Rice has talked about that relationship being a strong relationship. So yeah, Jack, I think that's a great observation that, he's a true pro. He's a pro's pro. And yeah, if you guys have any more comments that I'll read off in the next couple minutes, please send them in. If not, I'm going to just start doing our station business. We'll wrap things here. If you guys like this kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Check out Fireside Yankees on all of your favorite social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, and of course, this YouTube page. We'd also appreciate it if you guys checked out our social media pages where we're constantly posting game highlights, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or of course, this YouTube page. And finally, we'd really appreciate it if you checked out our podcast on audio and video, the Bronx Beat, the Fireside Yankees podcast, and I just dropped the K-Zone earlier today. We'll have a Bronx Beat episode up at some point on Friday or on Saturday. Thank you again for tuning in. We've got an answer here, a question here from Nick Bat 7. He says, "Do you expect Jones to play more games once the WBC guys leave?" Yes, because there won't be judging camp. So yeah, absolutely. And yeah, there's that. So yeah, we really appreciate your support. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Stay warm if you're in the Northeast. It's been a lot of bad weather, and we're expected to get more. So stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.